Hello everyone, new guitar day for me today. Well, new to me, the guitar isn't new. So open it up and see what we got. You can already see it's a Fender. This time, a nice Fender Jazzmaster. Now this is a special one. Look at that, it looks lovely. This is a Mexican 60th anniversary Fender Jazzmaster. Look at that, how gorgeous is that? It's in absolutely pristine condition. There's had a couple of upgrades which I'll get to in a moment. In here you have all the paperwork, all the case candy, tags, etc. Tremolo arm and a nice strap that colour coordinates with the guitar. Lovely case that comes with it. But hardly ever played. And I've upgraded a couple of parts on it, but I'll come back to that when I get it out. So, that's what we're looking at today. Let's get it out of the case so you can have a closer look. Well, here it is, out of the case. Absolutely stunning. I'm sure you'll agree. Look at that. Beautiful. It's even got the matching colour headstock, which some people ain't too fussed about, but I think it looks nice. A lot of people say they don't like it, but it kind of looks maple, the same as the neck, really. But the full title of this guitar is a Fender limited edition 60th anniversary Jazzmaster. The colour is noted as blonde, and it's a 1966 reissue. And it's got some real nice features on it. It's done in like in a nitro gloss paint, so it will wear and have a real old look to it, even though this hasn't got a mark on it. It's pretty much brand new. So, Case Queen, this one was never played, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. Lovely binding on the neck there. Lovely inlays. Block inlays are what the 1966 models had, and the same with the binding. Now, you don't normally get binding on the Mexican ones because this is a Mexican made guitar. In fact, you don't really get binding on any of them anymore. But I think the binding really brings it to life. Now, there are a few reasons why I chose this one. Basically, from the factory, it has American pickups, single coil. People often mistake these for P90s, but they're not. They're Jazzmaster, specially made. Well, not specially made, but their own single coil pickups that Fender make. The block inlays, the binding, which I've shown you. It's got a lovely C profile neck. It feels like a modern C. It's a very thin neck, lovely to play. It only weighs about £7, nearly £8. I think it's £7, 8 ounces. And it's got a Powell Ferro fretboard instead of rosewood, but a little bit lighter. But a little bit of oil can darken that up, but I quite like the Powell Ferro fretboards. Now, you've got quite chunky frets when this comes stock. And there are a few things that people moan about. The biggest thing they moan about is the tremolo, which is just a normal Mexican tremolo normally. And they moan about that. But this has been changed for a nice nice USA tremolo, which has made all the difference. The bridge on these and any Jazzmaster that I've had, the stock bridge is absolutely crap. I'll put a picture up of the original bridges, but they're absolutely rubbish. Best thing you do is just throw them out straight away. This has got a mastery bridge in it, which now are so hard to find and very expensive. The cheapest you'll probably find one of these for is about £150, £160. But that's been changed. Like I said, it had American pickups in it. The nut was a bit moody, so that's been changed. So it's had some lovely upgrades already. I mean, you'll be hard pushed to find one of these for under, or for much under £900, and that wouldn't be in pristine condition. But you might be lucky. These are really fetching over £1,000 now without these upgrades. Now the upgrades in these, I mean, just that bridge and that tremolo alone is £200. So it's had some lovely things. Now the other thing people moan about, they said the frets were too big. Some people, they're like really big frets, like the 60s ones were. Now these have all been fret dressed and made smaller, and it plays like a dream. I've played some of these and they are a bit chunky. I'm not a lover of, you know, super. I'll keep going out. Let's try to get into the side. Keep going out of focus. That's better. Now these have been taken down, so they're more or less like medium frets, but they're like jumbo, or I think extra jumbo originally. But don't quote me on that. I'll have to look that up properly. But people do moan about the frets on it. But the frets have been addressed as well, so it's been completely done. The man I bought this off gigs quite a lot, and he's got a lot of American Jazzmasters. He had about 5 or 6, and he said he bought this because of the colour, because it was a 60s one, and he's always wanted an American 60s, but obviously he can't afford a real one, so he bought this, had the work done on it because he wasn't happy with it at the start, and then he decided, one come up real cheap, get an American reissue 1960s, and it was lovely, and it was in sunburst, which was nice. I had a go while I was there, and it was beautiful. So he decided to sell this one on, and I think I got this for a real good deal. Let's whip it round so you can see the back. I'm going to be quick with this back one because it's on that stand and it's quite dubious, because they're really awkward to put on a stand. There's the 60th anniversary plate, but it's beautiful. Look at that, lovely maple neck. Lovely vintage tuners, which are my favourite on all Fenders. Absolutely stunning, look at that. You can see the grain through. I'm not sure how that's coming out on camera, but like I say, this will age really well. But this is beautiful. Now, all that's left with this video is to run it through its paces. And this has some sound tests. But honestly, it's a real stunning guitar, and I'm so glad I bought it. A lot of people find the controls a bit confusing, but I'll go through all that with you anyway. But I'll show you how to use all the controls, and we'll do some sound testing, clean and distorted, because this does both. It does some lovely smooth jazzy tones, lovely smooth clean blues, and it really grits up nicely. And that tremolo is to die for. Now here it is all plugged in, and let me come up close to you so you can see that this has had a stay trem bridge fitted, which in itself is over £100, sometimes up to £200. It's also had a USA tremolo fitted, which is much better than the Mexican one. So it's had a couple of upgrades that really make this a special guitar. Now that stay trem bridge is so good. It's so much better than the standard one that comes with it. It's absolutely awful. I know if you look on the internet, you'll see the problems all over it. It takes out of tune, it sinks into the body. It's absolutely pants. So that's the best upgrade you could think of. The Mexican trem isn't a bad trem. It's not as good as the American, so that's been changed over. So that's another great upgrade. And like I say, altogether, it makes this guitar so versatile. Now, a lot of people get worried about the switching system on a Jazzmaster and Jaguars, etc. But it really is quite simple. What it is, you've got a switch here that it's got 2 circuits, you know, for argument's sake. So if the switch is down, it operates like any normal guitar. This switch comes into play, and this volume and tone. Okay, so if it's on, you know, the back switch, it's the bridge pickup. switch to the middle and you get both pickups. And obviously, if you put the switch forward, it's the neck pickup. So like I say, the rail sounds a bit nice and mellow, just like any normal guitar. Now when the switch is put up, you go into what they call like a warmer, jazzier circuit. Okay, it's brilliant for like jazzier tones or bluesy tones. And as you'll notice, from up, it takes that high end off a bit and rounds it, making it all nice and all comfy and woolly. Okay, so now these controls, while this position is in up, don't work. They're absolutely redundant. So you've got a volume and tone control on the wheels here. Okay, that's the volume, that's the tone. Okay, and I think it incorporates both pickups, but I'm not absolutely certain. I will have to, I'll add to that. So, get your normal tones. Like this, it sounds, don't know whether it's coming across all right, because, bit Jimi Hendrix there. It's going out just on the microphone with the phone, so I'm not going through any sort of effects or anything. It's just on the Spark amp and it's picking up on the mic of the phone. Sounds lovely, lovely and warm, but don't be, you know, confused. This also does some lovely harsh tones when you kick a bit of distortion on it. Switch that down to the bottom circuit, bridge pickup. So that really comes alive. Got a bit greased lightning there, didn't it? If you switch it again. Again, neck pickup. Lovely, and they'll do the switch up. Rounds it up, makes it nice and woolly again. But like I say, really versatile guitar this, and it sounds absolutely stunning and looks stunning as well. Fantastic guitar. Fender Jazzmaster 60th anniversary. Best Jazzmaster I've ever played. That's including American ones, because this is a Mexican, even though it's full of American parts.